O.C.G, and I'm here playing Wise 10, the demo. I've actually been curious to try this for a while now. They just added a demo. It's the first 3 chapters, and you can convert your save file over in the full game.
At the moment of birth, each of us is as free as a bird, with not a single restraint tying us down. But with age come the varied shackles that bind, clipping away at our wings, feather by feather. In time, we long for a return to the freedom we once knew. But the truth is, we can return to those days whenever we so choose.
Okay, starting off with some philosophical ponderings. Oh, that's from Adol Kristen. Interesting. Passenger liner Adamus.
Is this weather perfect or what? The brisk ocean breeze, the wide open sea, smells like a new journey on our horizon. I gotta say, I'm glad I took you up on your offer, Adel. Being stranded on Asteria for so long was really getting to me.
I'm glad I asked you to come.
What, he talk?
Same. This has me even more pumped than all the way back when I first left my hometown. It's been a wild ride since then, but that doesn't make me any less grateful to you. I can hardly remember the last time I felt this chipper.
Adel! Dogi! So this is where you two were. My, I never dared dream I'd get to see the actual ocean in person. Even now, it's difficult to believe a vessel this large is capable of floating upon its waves. What manner of sorcery is this?
I guess this is all one big culture shock for someone born and raised on Ys. Dr. Flair here is even giddier than me.
That I am. In my view, being on the surface instead of above it is a miracle in itself. To say nothing of the unprecedented chance it's given me to search for the original strain of Celcetan flower.
Celcetan flower? That's the name of a type of medicinal herb, right? It's native to the Great Forest on the Gallia-Hispani border or something.
Indeed it is. I couldn't very well rest on my heels after hearing that's where you two were headed. The prospect of seeing it in its natural habitat was ample reason to climb aboard.
Your get-up and go could put even Adel to shame. But be sure to mind your health, okay? At the rate you're going, you'll end up fainting in sheer bliss the second you stumble onto those flowers.
Well, frankly speaking, that scenario is all but guaranteed.
Well, we won't be arriving in Celceta for a long while yet. Might as well kick back a bit and enjoy the ride for now, don't you think?
Ah, a passenger. Having a pleasant voyage, I hope? You appear to be a seasoned traveler for a boy your age. So my hunch was correct. This may be no surprise to you then, but we have some extraordinary sights coming up shortly.
Oh? What's that over there?
Mountains? No, wait. I think those are islands.
Attention all passengers. I am your captain, Victor LaSalle. Allow me to express my gratitude to you for sailing with us on the Adamas today. If you look to our left-hand side, you'll find Obelia Gulf, famous for its sprawling archipelago. This current bout of clear weather lets us see the myriad patches of land, both large and small, that populate these waters. It will be quite some time yet before the ship arrives at our destination in Celceta. So until then, we invite you to bask in this scenic tapestry of blue seas and beauteous islands.
See, I'm kind of like an intermittent fan of Yeez. Kind of like a intermittent fan of Yeez, but like they've had really dated hardware because they kept using the Vita engine well into PS4 and Xbox One and PS5, and they tried to do like an open world with Yeez 9, and trying to do that with that data technology, really, you could see the engine being fucking pulled to the brink. So this game is supposed to be the start of a new era for the series and has a brand new engine, so I'm excited because this is the demo, and it has the first 3 chapters of the game. It's supposed to be a pretty long demo, and if you buy the full game, your progress transfers over, so...
Understood. Let's make haste.
I thought this is my chance to see if I like what they're doing with this, and
My word!
carry over.
What a magnificent sight!
Obelia Gulf, huh? Sure doesn't disappoint.
I really like it when games do that. You know, they have demos, they let you play the beginning of the game, and then the transfer, your save file transfers over. I think that's really cool.
That reminds me, Adel. You said you were looking for a western archipelago before you came to Asteria, right? There any chance this might be... Whoa! Little close for comfort, don't you think? How's a guy supposed to take in the sights like this? Hey, Adel.
Oh no, it's pirates! Yeah. Actually, I will say this. A ton of games have had demos lately. You know? Like, it's not like all of them, like it used to be, but we've seen an increasing trend of games having demos, and I like it. Final Fantasy 15, Rebirth, Yeez 10, Metaphor ReFantasio, the game from the new game from the guys to Persona, Dead Space remake, I think, has a demo. Oh fuck, I can't. But there's been a lot more demos lately. There's been a huge trend towards most games having demos now. I mean, a demo's a demo, bro.
Prepare to hunt. Behold thy foes with steady hearts. Fear not thy fate, for life and death are the deities to decide. Those who fall with valor shall be ushered into their divine kingdom. Now, shout forth the name of our God!
Har!
Oh no! We're being boarded!
It can't be!
Pirates!
So he did hire mercenaries.
Shield wall! Charge!
Stay behind us, Doc!
Each story is a new game. Basically, you're an adventurer called Adal Kristen, and the whole thing is he's a seafarer who explores the world. Each game is a new landmass. Each game is a new story. So they don't really have a central story. It's just you're a sailor. Each game is a new adventure in a new island or a new place.
Right. Thank you.
Oh? You another one of them mercs?
Bit on the puny side, ain't he?
Sure you know which way to hold that thing, little fella?
What a joke. The big lug behind him would be more worth our time.
Why else do you think? Everybody's gotta make a living one way or another.
Enough chit-chat! Let's make this quick!
Well, the combat seems pretty cool.
How's that?
Damn it all! Rotten punk! You're in for it now!
You bumbling louts! How long does it take to handle one sellsword trying to play bodyguard?
Our fault, ma'am. The kid's a lot tougher than he looks.
Oh, really? Fine then. I'll take care of him myself.
Okay, so R2 guards at 1 of 8.
Done
Okay.
saying your prayers?
Oh, okay.
You're pretty skilled.
But
Whoa! Here it comes!
Whole lot of fuss for one small fry.
Try not to lose that red head of yours, kid.
Princess.
Always.
I must ask that you stand down. That boy appears to be no more than a passenger.
What?
We have already apprehended the captain. Right this way.
okay, so they aren't pirates. They came specifically for the captain for some reason. Okay, so now I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
So those are pirates. This is my first time encountering them in the flesh.
Oh boy, we're in a real jam now.
Captain Victor LaSalle. I thought we had an agreement. There's a toll for sailing these waters. And you promised never to skip out on it again.
Hold on a moment. This is the last time, I swear. Whatever you do, just let me live.
We both already know how this goes. Any room you had to parley was forfeit the minute you put those mercenaries on your payroll.
Stay your hand, boy. Those are no mere pirates. They're the Balta Sea Force.
Oh, shit! Okay, I have to admit, I didn't think she was actually gonna kill him. Oh, wow. You know, the game isn't the most graphically advanced, but I really do like the art style. I'm sending you a message, Max. Are these all like future party members or? And then this game doesn't even look like. Yeah. Before they went to shit. Of course, this game is made on a tenth of that budget. Wise 10. Or, I'm sorry, it's Ease. Nordics. Rooseveri Inn. Chapter 1, Karnak. Apparently the demo covers the first 3 chapters.
Woof! I'm stuffed. Guess good eats are a given when you set up town by the ocean. The stuff you get further inland just doesn't compare to fresh seafood.
I never really like seafood. What about you, Max?
That aside, it would seem we're going to be stranded here for the time being.
Yeah. Who'd have guessed the Adamas was cruising through these waters illegally? Obviously, the captain already paid the ultimate price for that. But I hear they're even seizing his ship as compensation for all those unpaid tolls.
It leads me to wonder what the story is behind this Balta Sea Force. To their credit, they did let Adel loose after determining he was merely a passenger.
Doesn't make those lugs any less high and mighty, though. If they look like pirates and plunder like pirates...
Like Normans, you mean?
Normans, you say?
They're a lawless people from the north with incredible seafaring know-how. Word is, they've looted their way not just here, but across the entire North Sea, raiding towns, pillaging churches, kidnapping innocents. None of it is beneath a Norman, and the Balta Sea Force makes up just one faction among them.
Sounds like your typical pirates to me. How do they get away with it?
I was given to understand that the entire region of Glia fell under Roman Imperial control.
Rumor has it that not even the Empire would dare to defy the Sea Force. The Normans have had an iron-fisted grip on Obelia Gulf for ages now. Some say that it spares us from suffering under Roman rule, but they don't speak for everybody.
Hey, did you hear about what happened to the Adamas?
I did. Captain LaSalle was treading a dangerous line. He simply reaped what he sowed, if you ask me.
Won't argue with that.
Still, it's hard not to feel for the guy.
Those pirates had no right to waltz in like they owned these waters and demand a toll. Why should any of us have to play along with their made-up...
Shush! I can sympathize, but that sort of talk is best kept to yourself.
Oh, what did I do to deserve being born in Karnak, of all places?
I see what you mean. Doesn't sound like they get the warmest reception around here.
As would be the case in any town. Though this one does seem to have its fair share of hardships.
I don't think it's terrible.
It does have its charms, yes. The bevy of islands we saw from the ship, for instance, were absolutely breathtaking.
Oh, yes, that's true. We locals are so used to the view that it often
Maybe the
slips our
NPCs
minds.
kind of suck. Like the people sitting behind them, but the main cast didn't sound bad.
These islands wouldn't happen to come with any unusual myths or lore, would they?
Like him, Doji, I don't think he sounds bad.
Our little group's got a special interest in that sort of thing.
Is that your reason for traveling, maybe? I can't guarantee there's anything that'll live up to your expectations, but... let's see... Aha! If it's run-of-the-mill folktales you're after, I have just the one.
Really now? Do share.
Well, legends tell of what's known as the Sea King's Throne. The throne is said to be hidden away on one of the islands here in Obelia Gulf. Supposedly, whoever finds and sits upon it will have their wishes granted.
Oh, that's some juicy stuff. How about it, Adel? This do anything for you? That's the spirit. We got plenty of time to kill, so what the hey?
Hold on a moment. It really is just a story.
Oh, what's the harm? Let them chase their dreams. That's what being young is all about.
Like, he's awful. The rest I think is fine.
Heck, back when I was their age,
And he's probably not going to be in any more scenes than this, so...
Forgive him. He's had a few ales too many, it seems. Say that throne really exists, though. What would you wish for, Rosalind?
Huh? Me? Well, for our humble little business to prosper, of course. What else?
Brings a tear to my eye, it does.
Renee must be proud. It's easy to see why you're Rooseveri's poster girl.
Makes me want to spend 3 days and nights drinking this tavern down to its last drop. And I do it all with a smile. The more they rake in the cash, the happier Rosalind gets.
How sweet!
I think you've had quite enough for one day.
Yeah.
Our apologies for bothering you, gentlemen.
Nah, it's all good.
Like they mentioned, my name is Rosalind. I'm the daughter of the owners. The three of you are going to be lodging with us tonight, right? If you have any issues during your stay, anything at all, just let me know. Of course! Always happy to be of service. Well, I'd better get back to work. Relax and unwind as long as you need.
Such a capable young lady. Reminds me of Lilia back home.
By the way, Adel, I know this Sea King's throne is a big deal and all, but we got some other things to take care of first if we're sticking around. The travel funds we scrounged up were only enough to get us to Salsetta.
Quite right. With that in mind, I plan to pay the local clinic a visit. Upon our arrival, I noticed a flyer that said they were recruiting medical practitioners.
Well, ain't that convenient? Doesn't really solve the issue for us two, though.
Are you youngsters in need of work?
Yeah. You got any leads?
Well, both the harbor and the town militia are hiring at the moment. The docks are always short on labor. I'm certain a brawny fellow such as yourself would be a welcome addition. And the red-haired lad is a swordsman, no? The militia's been on the hunt for temporary recruits, I believe.
No joke? That's great! Thanks for the tip!
Seems we have a few promising candidates.
Sure do. Let's get out there and follow up on them once we're done taking a load off.
A little bit. Not a lot. Okay. I like the menu.
All right, you two. This is where we split up for now.
Indeed. I'll be heading to the local clinic. I may just take a look around town as well, seeing as we're extending our stay.
Let's aim to meet back up around dinner time then. Adel, I'm guessing you're also gonna...
Me. Seek me.
Okay.
Adel?
The voices! Not again!
If you're sure. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's time to start scoping this place out. You probably plan to wander the streets a bit yourself before checking in with the militia, huh, Adel? Catch you both later then.
Oh, okay, this is actually a pretty moderately sized town. Cool. I am going to, however, change button config, yeah. Switch, jump. Okay, so... okay, so we're gonna make normal attack square. Gonna make... let me see. Okay, we're gonna make rescue triangle. We're gonna make... well... let's make jump X. Yeah, it's a Japanese thing. Hold on 1 second, be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to flub up with my ritual yesterday, so I basically restarted the whole thing this morning, but I needed an official time, so I just restart the timer. I had my mom press the button. It's a thing for good luck. I gotta believe I can do it. I quit for 47 days. I can quit forever. Just gotta take the final step. Yeah, it's a Japanese thing. Oh, hey, you can run fast. That's cool.
We can't go through here.
Yeah, I meant to do it already, dude, but you just have to understand it's not easy. I do have a really strong mental illness, you know? It's not, so I can just easily quit. Imagine if you didn't do something, if your whole body went fucking crazy. Like you had a panic attack that you couldn't control.
You there, with the red hair. Well, here's an unfamiliar face. You must be one of the passengers from the Adamas. Is everything all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Sorry for calling to you out of nowhere like that. We each have a child about the same age as you. So our motherly instincts kicked in.
Honestly, who do those Balta hooligans think they are? Wreaking havoc left, right, and center. They impose an exorbitant toll on every vessel crossing Obelia Gulf, and plunder anyone who flouts it.
Some ships, like the Adamas, will try and make their way through without drawing attention. But when they're found out, they wind up like Captain LaSalle. That's for sure. Once you're dead, that's it. Nothing else to be done.
Ironically enough, the Balta Sea Force would have escorted them personally had he paid the toll. In that sense, they do their part to maintain order throughout the Gulf, which is why the Roman Empire turns a blind eye. When all is said and done, as long as we live here, those brigands' word is law.
There are far fewer instances of pillaging than before now. So we can only assume this is for the best. Still, it would be nice if our mayor could put his foot down every once in a while.
I pity the man. Having to deal with our complaints and the Sea Force's demands has him between a rock and a hard place.
Well, that's what he signed up for when he took on the job.
Yeah, don't be the mayor if you can't run shit.
Just be sure to stay out of their line of fire.
You know, for a starting town, this actually isn't pretty bad. This is actually pretty good, I guess I should say.
Let's not go this way.
It's not fucking crazy big, but it doesn't really need to be. I also like how quickly you move around. In a lot of RPGs or JRPGs, you move really fucking slowly, so... It's good that you can get the fucking leg out in this game. I also like the fact that you don't have to constantly recharge your sprint.
I've got to say, the quality of his Spanish leather goods is on a whole other level.
One might say the same of Obelian seafood. Rich flavors,
Rich.
firm to the touch.
Simply unparalleled.
Unparalleled. Rome and Hispania may be at odds right now, but I believe our transaction today has proved mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial. Benissimo!
To be perfectly honest, our middleman here deserves all the credit for making this deal happen.
That attire is here.
Well spotted. I am indeed a Norman.
God damn, these give me even.
However, I find that being a tradesman suits me far better than waving an axe about.
That's good to know.
But if you cross me, I'll put an axe in your face.
They say Normans are first-class mariners. No doubt that expertise slots in perfectly with mercantile work.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It's thanks to the Balta Sea Force that we're still able to do business like this during wartime. They're the ones who make sure ships from both sides can travel these waters safely.
Okay, so I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to portray the Balta Sea Force as morally gray, because like, oh, they take a toll and they kill you when you doesn't pay. But then they guard all the ships, they keep order, they stop the other people from getting raided, and they are impartial to the great war that's going on.
Not having
so they're trying to show they're like morally ambiguous.
Around to stick their oars in has been heaven sent for us as well.
Well, that's good. It's always good when you run into a game that has a little bit of nuance. You know what I mean? A lot of games will just be, this is a bad guy, this is a good guy. It's kind of cool when they have like something that's more nuanced and complicated, where it's like, you know, they do this, but they do that, you know, so it's just not black and white.
I very much look forward to your continued patronage.
You and me both, pal. And let's not forget to keep our friends from the Sea Force in the loop, too.
On a separate note, Romes, the militia recently informed me that an incident has blocked the highway out of town. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have an important negotiation to attend in that direction?
Well, well, word gets around fast. It's nothing I'm not aware of. In fact, I've already asked the militia for an update on the situation. Shouldn't be long before they report back.
And you know, for a game made on a really small budget by a small team, it's actually pretty good. This is also, yeah, but I'm saying, like, graphically, for a game that's made on a really small budget, it looks really good. If you, like, look at it technically, it doesn't look that great, but considering the art style in that, it does look great, is what I mean. That's when it matters.
We can't go through here.
And honestly, this right here is the type of game that I like the most. The type of structure where it's not open, but it's not linear either. I guess you could say wide linear. But that, to me personally, is my favorite type of game, where it's story focused, but it still gives you space to explore off the beaten path. And where even if the open areas are controlled by plot progression. It sounds weird, but when a game has the entire map unlocked from the start, I kind of lose the joy of exploration. Because I've told you before that when it comes to games, I'm all about the escapism. That's my favorite thing about games. The feeling of being in another place, in another world that I could never be in real life. That's why I love fantasy so much. Well, when a game has the entire map unlocked from the start, it kind of makes me feel like that sense of exploration is gone because I can see the whole map. Oh, this is the whole map. It's already unlocked. I like it a lot better when, you know, it's set up so it's like Xenoblade Chronicles, okay? Each area in Xenoblade Chronicles is really big, but you progress through them in a linear fashion by the plot progression. So you start out the game, you're in this area, it's a moderately sized area, you progress to the next big area, you progress to the next big area. That's what I like the most. Because then it creates a thing where, for me, it's like I'm being rewarded for exploring and doing the story. Like, oh, I did the story, so now I have a new area to explore. And it creates the synergy. I prefer that to the map being unlocked from the start, actually. I know a lot of people don't. I know a lot of people prefer the whole map to be unlocked from the start. But I like it when the map is locked by plot progression.
Oh, you got a job for us?
Huh?
Wait a second. Don't tell me. You're here to sign up for the militia, right? Never seen you around before. But I think we're about the same age. The name's Gren. How about you? Adel, huh? Man, oh man, you've just gotta enlist. We could really use a guy like you. Wait, what's with the long face? Ugh. Is that a deal breaker? It did used to be slightly better for what it's worth. But the mayor slashed our budget in order to keep the militia from being overfunded. When the Balta Sea Force says jump, he asks, how high? It's pathetic enough to drive you to tears. You mean it? I knew I liked you for a reason. The only problem is, our commander and the others are out at the moment. They should be here tomorrow, though. So feel free to swing by again around noon. Call it a hunch, but I've got a feeling you and I are gonna be fast friends. Calling all youths. A career in the Karnak militia awaits you.
Seek me. This way.
Okay.
Seek me.
This game also has open sailing on the seas, kind of like Black Flag, but it's not.
Find me.
It's completely arcadey, if that makes sense. It's not like realistic at all like Black Flag. It's literally like you don't have to move with the wind, you sail around super fast. If that's how, if we're gonna have sailing in a game, I would prefer to do it like this. Like, I can't stand, I know it's realistic, but the sailing in Black Flag was just too fucking slow for me. In Rogue, they made it considerably faster, and I like that a lot more. Oh shit, a monster. Alright, man, I hope you have a great day.
How's that?
I like the sailing in Origins Odyssey. Yeah. I'll be here when you wake up, man. You can message me later today. Hope you have a great day. What the fuck?
So, can you hear me? Bestow you mana, enough power, defeat.
Oh shit. Fire!
Gotcha! Hut! Gotcha!
I'm sorry. My name, Leela. Who are you? Adel. Search Island. Come. In. Go.
So the shell spoke to you. How very curious. As for this mana you mentioned, can we assume it's some form of magic?
Well, of course it is. You only just got it a little while ago. That wolf you fought that just wouldn't die has me hung up too. I talked up a storm with the guys down at the docks, but none of them mentioned anything close to that.
It may well be that something is actively unfolding as we speak.
The Balta Sea Force, Mana, an undead wolf, and a girl named Leela. Doesn't seem to tie in with that Sea King's throne we heard about earlier either. It's just mystery after mystery around here. You know what that means. Here I always thought adventure was something you had to seek out. But whenever you're around, Adel, it seems to find us instead. Nothing like a little intrigue to spice up a trip. Finding that girl's gonna be a tall order, though. This Gulf's got more islands than you can shake a stick at.
The first step is to gather information. You'll also be in need of a ship.
I'll put my new job down at the harbor to use and poke around for some intel.
As for myself, the Azrat Clinic has hired me on as a temporary physician. I'll see if I can't find someone in town who's willing to lend us a hand.
Sounds like a plan. Let's kick things off first thing tomorrow morning, Adel.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna end this part here. Thank you.